This is an example of having a very powerful conversation with myself about the things that I'm grateful for. And this will attract more things into my life for me to be grateful for. It'll do the same for you. Man, did you see that? Did you hear that? That was spectacular. That was awesome. And it was an honor and a privilege to meet somebody that brave and courageous who's had a positive impact on my life.
Welcome to the Thought Leader Revolution with Nikki Ballou. Join the revolution. There's never been a better time in history to speak your truth, find your freedom, and make your fortune. Each week, we interview the world's top thought leaders and learn the secrets of how they built a 6 to 7 figure practice. This episode has been brought to you by eCircleacademy.com, the proven system to add 6 to 7 figures a year to your thought leader practice.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the podcast, The Thought Leader Revolution. I'm your host, Nikki Ballou, and we're doing another exciting thought leader nugget today. Today's episode is very powerful, and honestly, it's about the power of a daily gratitude practice. And I want to just say that I am very grateful for having interviewed Andrew Kapp on the podcast a couple of months back. He's the author of the book, The Last Law of Attraction book you'll ever need to read. And he has got me started on writing a daily, and I mean daily, law of attraction gratitude practice. So I'm gonna actually do this with you, because one of the things you need to do is do something called scripting, which is to script and speak in the present tense about something you're creating that you're grateful for. So I just wrote a script this morning, and I'm going to read it to you. And you ought to use this as a template for creating your own scripts. So I'm so thankful for my new client, AJ. He's a good man, and it's a pleasure to help a man like him win. I'm so thankful for the opportunity to work with him. I'm so thankful for my good friend Shai for giving me the opportunity to meet him along with 40 other plus entrepreneurs at a entrepreneurs organization event where I spoke about get booked and get paid, how to monetize podcast guesting back in December. And I'm excited that I've had the opportunity to do business with AJ, and I'm doing business with at least another dozen people from that particular organization in that meeting. And I'm so thankful for being introduced to other EO chapters in Canada and the United States, at least 10 of them, and to set up 10 speaking engagements in 2025 to spread the message of get booked and get paid at entrepreneurs organization conferences. These help me generate 100 plus relationships with good men and women who are business owners, entrepreneurs, for myself and Teresa to be able to serve and to be able to use our love for people to generate over 7 figures in business opportunities as a result in 2025. It feels amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm especially thankful for Get Booked and Get Paid, the book, generating 100,000 copies of my book being sold. And as a result, 10 million plus people knowing who I am and what my skill set is in podcast guesting and how I can help them generate leads, sales, and clients through the magic and innovation that is podcast guesting. I'm not professionally famous, and I'm so thankful for all of my rapidly increasing success. Man, did you see that? Did you hear that? That was spectacular. That was awesome. And I got to tell you, I'm so thankful for the Thought Leader Revolution podcast, because this podcast has allowed me to interview some of the smartest, most powerful thought leaders in the world. People like Andrew Cap, who've taught me hacks, strategies that have allowed me, the one and only Nikki Ballou, to be able to learn things and implement things in my life and in my business that have taken my experience of life and my success in business to the next level. And not only the next level, but the next 2, 3, and 4 levels up. And for this, I'm super grateful. Andrew Cap has been absolutely amazing and wonderful. But I've met tons of other people who've been able to impact me very powerfully. For example, Robert Young Pelton, who's my guest on the show. He is a Renaissance man who's been a multimillionaire entrepreneur, a journalist, a knife maker, and just a really cool and interesting cat that I've learned a ton from. Additionally, Jack Canfield, the creator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series of books, who has taught me about the power of positivity and creativity. And Jack Canfield is one of the smartest, most brilliant men in the world. And it's just been a privilege to be able to spend some time interviewing Jack. As well as people like the incredible Tamara Lick, the founder of the Freedom Convoy. Tamara is somebody who helped break the Trudeau government's tyrannical grip on Canadian society back in February 2022, because she and the other truckers in the Freedom Convoy stood up and protested. Trudeau and his minions were forced to back down from their tyrannical COVID lockdown and communist-inspired restrictions on the Canadian population. And it was an honor and a privilege to meet somebody that brave and courageous who's had a positive impact on my life. So folks, this is an example of having a very powerful conversation with myself about the things that I'm grateful for. And this will attract more things into my life for me to be grateful for. It'll do the same for you. Do this, write it out, speak it out loud, and record it, and you'll be glad that you did. And that wraps up another exciting episode of the podcast, Thought Leader Revolution. To find out more about today's incredible topic, go to the show notes at thoughtleaderrevolution.com, or wherever you happen to listen to this episode, be it iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Audible, or what have you. Until next time, goodbye.
This episode has been brought to you by eCircleAcademy.com, the proven system to add 6 to 7 figures a year to your thought leader practice.